Hey guys, welcome. How are you? So I'm out on an afternoon walk in the beautiful, beautiful spring sun. And I was told to share some messages today, and I thought I might as well do it right now so you can enjoy the sun with me. I've had some experiences over the last weeks that I will probably share a bit about in another video because I'm being asked to share a bit more of my own experience. But the messages that I was told to share now are things they said that are very important as we're moving forward from this moment in time that we find ourselves in. And surrender is such an important thing right now. And there is a lot of confusion around the word surrender, because it can be, depending on the situation we find ourselves in, it can be very easy to think that it is some sort of a giving up thing rather than actually letting go, because that's what we're being asked to do. Things are shifting so quickly now on an energetic level that our minds, our patterns, our programs, our bodies are not really keeping up to the new version that we're becoming, which is already happening, has happened, and will happen really quickly on an energetic level. And so actually surrendering into that, trusting our higher selves, trusting our guidance, trusting ourselves instead of being distracted to everything around us, distracted by what's going on in the external, distracting ourselves instead of feeling what we're in, feeling our experience, and letting that just pass through, and trying to get away from it. Those things are not going to help us now, but really surrender and let go, and be in that trust. So it's more about an empowered surrender. So bring your empowerment into the surrender state. Know that you're taken care of. Know that you can trust your higher self. And stay in that empowerment and surrender. Trust that whatever you're going through, whatever you're experiencing, there is a reason why, and your higher self got you. There is something you're learning. There's something you're being asked to let go of. There is something you're growing into. There's something you're being asked to expand into. There can be so many things, but we have to surrender and let go. And so often this is so difficult to do because we want the sense of safety. We want some sort of control. We want to know that we will be fine. To have an idea about what we're going into, whether it feels like we're surrendering into a really contracted state or we're surrendering into a very expanded state, because this goes with really challenging experiences, or when we're asked to expand into something new, because we can contract in fear in both experiences. And to really, instead of, because what I've been shown is that it's so easy to try to go into that surrender state being in a victim state. Like, I screwed it up again. I'll just have to surrender to this. And judging ourselves, or feeling that we will never make it because it didn't work out the way we wanted now either. Like all these types of narratives or stories we can get really attached to, and really, spiral around non-stop. These things are really not going to help us propel forward with the energies we are in now, because these energies are helping us to move really, really quickly, to shift very fast, And then we have to surrender. The process will not be so long, because we have been used to things having to be some sort of a process, gradually happening, and from those experiences there are also many who have some sort of resistance to dealing with yet another thing, or expanding or contracting, whatever we're doing, whatever experience we're having. But really knowing that it's happening fast, but what we have to do is to stay empowered, stay in our own power, stay in our own trust, and surrender. And from that state, because that's the state we want to be in the coming weeks, is what I've been receiving. From that state, take inspired action. So be in the surrender, however that looks for you, in whatever experience you're having. And then when you have some inspiration for an action, you take action on it. Not from a place of forcing, or I should do this, or I told myself I need to do this, or someone is expecting me to do this. That's not the place we're taking action from. But we're taking action from inspiration, when we feel like we want to create something. Because creation is like that. Inspiration and creation is for the most part coming from a merging of polarities. Because from a contracted state, when we're starting to go into the expanded state, that point holds such a potential for creation. And there are so many things in this process now that we are in, on an individual level as well, that hold so much potential for creation. And if we stay in that empowered surrender state, and we actually act upon the inspiration when we get it, we get to stay in so much more of a flow state. And when we can be in this sort of fluidity, instead of attaching to everything, resisting everything. And I'm not saying this is easy. I'm often learning the hard way. So I'm not saying this from a point of having figured it all out or mastering it all myself. I'm very much walking my path and learning as I go. I'm practicing, everything I'm sharing, and the messages I'm receiving, and the teachings I'm receiving. But what I really wanted me to share now was find that empowerment in the surrender state, and maybe frame it as an empowered surrender instead of just a surrender, because there's so many people who have these connotations or associations to the word surrender, of it being like holding a resistance to that word, because they have had many difficult experiences or challenging experiences where they've been forced to surrender, and they, from those experiences we learn, and many people don't have any issue with that word at all. But if you have tried to reframe it to empowered surrender, and anyways, just really keep that that knowing and that focus of being in that empowered state of surrender, and acting on inspiration. Because from that place, from being in that energy, we are expressing so much more of who we are. We are in so much more of a flow state, and we are so much closer to and more connected to our higher self, and and our intuition. And things will be way less challenging because we're not attaching to the discomfort we might experience, no matter which way we're experiencing it. And we allow for whatever comes our way to be a gift of expansion and of growth, rather than something that drags us down. So always feeling everything that comes up, feeling it instead of suppressing it, feeling it through, and letting go. Empowered surrender, acting on inspiration. Because the world is ready for everything we want to create. And it comes, we access it in that space. And I think we're ready. So hope you enjoyed the sun. I hope you can see something, because I almost can't see my phone right now because of the sun. I will be back with some more on this topic, but I was guided to do a quick video now with these messages, and I hope it can be helpful for you as you are moving through your days and in the coming weeks. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comments if this is helpful. Share with someone who might have help from this. If you know someone who might have assistance. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.